This is a Dude Studios production. And hey, I'm the dude.
Hey bartender, pass me a drink. The reason that I'm here is I need time to think.
Welcome back to Hey Bartender Podcast. I am your bartender for the evening. I am the dude, so that's what you call me. Or you can call me Anthony. I'm completely cool with that by now. How's everybody doing tonight? It is another weekend, and we are all trying to be busy, but then they shut us down again. It sucks, I'm telling you. But it doesn't mean that we can't still have a little bit of a talk and a little bit of fun, people. So, what should we do? We got to start off with tonight's drink special. This week's drink special I got from Spirits and Spice on Instagram. They call this their own Singapore Sling. It's a classic, refreshing cocktail. Anytime someone comes to this guy's house and asks for a refreshing sip, this is the one they always go to. So, how he makes his Singapore Sling is as follows: 1.5 ounces of gin, preferably Bombay Sapphire, a quarter ounce of Cointreau, a quarter ounce of cherry herring, quarter ounce of Benedictine, a quarter ounce of grenadine, 1 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounce of pineapple, 2 dashes of Angusta bitters, 2 ounces of soda water to top, garnished with the pineapple and cherry. Add everything but the soda water to a shaker and strain over fresh ice into a Collins glass. Top with soda water and garnish with pineapple and cherry. That's how you do it. That's how he does it. And I'll post this on the Hey Bartender website, www.heybartenderpodcast.com, because he took a really great picture and it looks quite tasty. If you end up giving it a try, let me know. I'm on all the social medias, Hey Bartender Podcast. Email me, dude at heybartenderpodcast.com, or tell Spirits and Spice. He spells spirits Spritz and Spice. Let him know what you think of his version of the Singapore Sling. So let's get down to business, people. No, wait, I'm not done yet. We're not going to get down to business just yet. First and foremost, I want to send some good energy out there, and I hope that all you guys help me out. Anybody remember back in the 50th episode of Hey Bartender Podcast, I had guest Randy Lynn Landberg. She works at Cowgirls Barbecue in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Randy Lynn was voted Best Bartender 2019 in Santa Fe. Today, I just ran across something in social media that said that the Cowgirls Barbecue has one of their employees came down with COVID-19, and that's a scary thing. I'm sure that they're having all their employees checked out right now. But I want you guys to send some good energy to the Cowgirls Santa Fe, because that can be a real scary thing, bad for business, of course. And send some good energy to whoever that employee is. I'm not sure, they didn't mention who that was. Send some good energy to that good employee so that they can get through the COVID-19 experience fast, and nothing bad happens to them. So, like I said, go send some good energy to Cowgirl Santa Fe Barbecue. You can find them on Instagram at Cowgirl Santa Fe. Anyway, people, let's get down to the show. Now, this show is going to be a pretty cool one because everybody knows my introduction band, Lara Hope and the Arctones. They've been doing Dr. Bartender for my theme song for quite a while now. We're going to be playing a new single from their new album that's going to be released in a week, Songs in the Key of Quarantine. So stick around for that. I'm just realizing right now that I'm really bad at segues. So, how's everybody doing? I mean, everything is getting closed back up. I'm seeing posts all over social media, all over Fraternal Order of Bartenders, and everybody's saying that their bars are shutting down again. Out where I'm living right now, majority of the restaurants are back down again. Some of them aren't even doing drive-through or walk-ups anymore. It's we're getting back to the scary times, and we all sat back and thought, okay, we made it through. Okay, let's slowly get back into business. Ah, crap, we're back to staying at home on unemployment again. Well, some good things came out of that for some of you guys. Like some of you listened to my podcast with Shanna Swain, who took the time during unemployment to get her realtor's license. And I greatly appreciate some of you who told me that you guys went out and congratulated her like I asked you to. But some of us just don't have the time. We got family and all that sort of thing. And most importantly, guys, I want you guys to stay healthy. If I was working in a bar with you, I would go out of my way to make sure that you were staying good and healthy, because I want you to show up to work every day, and I want you to leave work the same healthy, hopefully happy person that you showed up. Hopefully you were happy when you showed up. Sometimes it doesn't happen. I mean, all of us people have mood swings. All of us people have issues, but not as much as some of the customers that we have. Am I right? I mean, I can remember quite a few days where I showed up in a really good mood, and all it took was just one schmuck or schmuckette to completely ruin my day. And it wasn't ever from my bosses. Well, sometimes it was, because I had a boss that was really, he was bad at confrontation. He'd just write notes and leave them for you to get. And he was really bad at confrontation. And sometimes that would set me off, because he'd write me notes over the dumbest things. I mean, sure, yeah, whatever. I didn't pick up one glass back in the poker area, but it's dark back there. Shit. And, but anyway, I'm over that. But it's just funny. There's been a lot of really crazy shit happening, and we're all scared that we're not able to work as often as that we need to in order to support ourselves, our families, and but I've seen a lot of you kind of rise above that, and I'm greatly admiring you people. Some of you have started podcasts. Some of you have started drop shipping websites. Awesome for all you guys. And I greatly admire you guys for really trying to maintain and maybe grow a little bit. Not saying that a bartender needs to grow, but do what you love. And if you guys love bartending, you don't let anybody bring you down, because bartending's an awesome job, especially when you start making friends with the right people. Now, by the right people, I mean the people that mesh with your personality. Your crazy matches their crazy. And, I've told you guys before, I used to talk about music for hours on end with certain people that came into the bar. Sometimes people would join in the conversation. And, if they said, I never really liked the Beatles, they were free to leave. But, you make your friends there, and I'm sure some of you miss your friends that came into the bar to visit you. And also, for the people that are still working or have been working up until midnight tonight, because I saw some social media posts that like tonight is their last day. Then they have to go back into quarantine. Wearing your mask behind the bar, I know it's a pain in the ass. It makes your face all sweaty. But look on the bright side. People can't see that you're mouthing "fuck off" to them. Maybe they can read it in your eyes. But you can swear at them, make faces at them, and they'll never know. But that's beyond the point. Point is, you guys got to stay healthy. And since the closest I've ever been to anybody that has run into the COVID-19, say all the people in my circle as of right now, nobody has been afflicted with the COVID-19. but I'm counting it. I'm counting knowing Randy Lynn and her workspace, Cowgirls Barbecue. I'm counting that because I interviewed Randy Lynn. Interviewing her doesn't make me her friend, but I kind of know her, and I respect her and her bar because she made it sound like an awesome place, and I hope to visit there someday. So, to me, that's close enough. Let's try to do what we can to make things a little bit better. If anything, I'm kind of glad that some of the bars are closed because people are losing their fucking minds out there. I'm going to just say it right now. Last couple episodes where it's just been me talking, I've talked a little bit about TikTok, and I officially took myself off TikTok. I took a bartender podcast off TikTok because I can't handle those videos anymore. It's just there's a lot of negativity there. I don't know how my algorithm ended up finding all this negativity, these people beating each other up, starting fights, the Karens stepping in front of a car because that car parked too close to her car. We just can't handle that kind of negativity in life. And not to mention a lot of the people on TikTok were just people that were trying to become famous off of being on TikTok. And I enjoyed the skits that they would do, the overdubs of movie clips or songs or something like that. The dancing got a little old. I will say that because all of you women were doing the same damn thing. And if it didn't matter who the woman was doing the dancing, it was the song that turned me off. I was just like, oh, that fucking song again. Moving on. But the good thing about leaving TikTok is that I don't sit on the toilet for an hour and a half and then have to drag myself out of the bathroom like a quadriplegic because my legs are completely dead. So if anything, that was probably a healthy maneuver. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't, if you still love TikTok, if you put stuff up every day on TikTok, that's totally cool. I met a couple of my interviewees, Sarah Hester Ross, Carson Crawford. I met them through TikTok and got them on the show, and they were awesome interviews. If you didn't hear their interviews, go back, go check them out, listen to them again, because they were awesome people to talk to. Sarah Hester Ross being the dueling piano player at New York Casino, and Carson Crawford, she and I talking a little bit about her stripper life and her time in customer service as a bartender, server. They were really entertaining people, and they were fun to talk to. I met quite a few other people that their names escape me. I'm so sorry. The bartending school in New Jersey. Yeah. He was really awesome. I could go on for a long time about this, but I just have to say no to TikTok because I'm done with all the negativity. And it scares me sometimes that this negativity is happening like at Walmart or Target. And if people were free to take their cell phones into the bars, how many videos would have been made of drunk idiots giving a bartender a hard time or getting arrested and taken out of the bar? That'd be bad for business. I would personally discourage people from using their cell phone, or at least employees from using their cell phones while they're working, which I'm sure a lot of businesses do. Is they tell their employees, leave your cell phone in your purse, in the locker, whatever. Don't have it out on the floor or behind the bar. But that doesn't stop the customers. And the customers are more likely the ones that are going to be the ones that take these incriminating videos and then hashtag the shit out of it and possibly kind of scare business away and or, just whatever. And, I'm kind of on the side of glad at this point that they're talking about taking TikTok down just because of all the damn negativity. I do have opinions on various situations that happen on TikTok, but I'm not going to talk about them because it's just not worth my time. It's just so stupid, the situations that these people got themselves into, that they thought they were righteous and deserved whatever, the life to go their way, and then cause all that trouble. Some of them, okay. A lot of them, no. But, there probably would have been some good videos coming out of it on YouTube. I mean, a lot of you people probably have the occasional customer, or maybe even the occasional employee that jumps up on the bar, tells a joke, does a dance, or whatever. But, yeah, I've decided that I can do without it. If you guys want to play with TikTok still, that's all up to you. Which kind of brings me to another question. Has every term of endearment been completely shot down? What I'm getting at is I'm hearing a lot of news stories lately come up where a person will walk up to you, call you honey, call you sweetie, just tell somebody they look good that day. And all of a sudden it turns into a sexual harassment suit. Now, I'm not belittling the whole sexual harassment thing because that exists. That is out there. I've stopped a number of people in the bar just for being idiots. It even goes back to high school where this guy was trying to flip up this girl's dress and she screamed, "Stop!" And he kept trying to do it. And until I turned around, and I guess I said it loud enough to go throughout the whole school. It was a small school, so let's not, think that all of a sudden I was rattling down the walls. But all of a sudden I said, "Hey, when a woman says stop, you stop." And he just like, "Oh, okay." Then he stopped. And so treating women respectfully, treating people respectfully in general has been kind of my thing. Sometimes I do get a little sarcastic. Sometimes my sarcasm goes a little bit too far and it upsets people. And yes, when they get upset, sometimes I do laugh at them, but, I try to respect people that deserve it. I only bring this up is because, the last, couple places I've been, whether it was a restaurant or retail store, as I'm paying my bill, I'll hear, "Thanks, sweetie," or "Thanks, honey." And then it triggered it in my head that, are we allowed to say that anymore? Because there's a ton of people that I've worked with that use phrases like that as a term of endearment. It's like calling me the dude. If you don't remember my name right away, the dude, easy to remember. And or back when I used to bartend, and I still to this day have a hell of a time trying to remember names. Everybody is dude, man, or women. I don't tend to use pet names just because I'm scared of saying something that might offend them. But, it's all of a sudden I start entertaining myself by thinking about that scene in Monty Python's The Holy Grail. "Old woman, man, sorry, whose castle is this? I'm 37. I'm not old." I'm sorry, but why the way you looked, you could have called me Dennis. "Well, I didn't know your name was Dennis." "Well, you didn't think to ask, did you?" It's one of those things. It may be a little disrespectful to not learn the person's name, but they just walked into your bar. Sure, after a couple months when I say, "Hey, man," and they've been coming in regular on my shift. Probably by that time I should have known their name, but I kept forgetting to ask. And by the time 3 months, 4 months goes by, it almost seems disrespectful to say, you know what? I never learned your name. What is it? And so you kind of have to play it off until you get their credit card to pay their tab and you take a quick look at their name. But with women, I was always very careful. With women that I didn't have any kind of relationship with other than being a friend or bartender. If we were more than friends, and usually it's a lot more than friends, I'd call them beautiful all the time. Hey, beautiful, what's up? Or, hey, pretty eyes, or something like that. I'd have to get it up to a certain level, because if they put me in the friend zone, I don't think they deserve to be. Well, I don't deserve to call them beautiful or pretty eyes or anything like that, because it would just make them uncomfortable. Then I'm out of the friend zone and I'm just into the casual acquaintance zone, which I'm not sure is any better than the friend zone or not. There was this one guy, though, that came into my bar. You want to talk about Mr. Lonely Hearts. Any woman even slightly looked at him, he thought, oh, they like me. No, they were looking at the plant behind you. We'd constantly be telling him, no, calm down. No. And he fell in love with one of the servers. And his justification to that, to me, was, I know she likes me. And I'm like, well, she might. She hasn't said anything about you. And but she calls me sweetie. I'm like, she calls everybody sweetie. But, I didn't want to break this guy's, kill this guy's attitude or, break his heart right away. Because, like I said, he was Mr. Lonely Hearts. He was so lonely, had the hardest time with any kind of relationship. Actually, he'd just been through a divorce. And so he, went through a little bit of depression like most people do after something like that happens, and was looking to get back in the game, but was a little bit anxious. Now, come on, bartenders and servers, you have that customer somewhere in your bar. Somebody who's really, really too anxious to fall in love that they just go absolutely batshit insane when all that one person did was accidentally bumped into him because the bar was really crowded. And all of a sudden they get that shiver up their back and think, I'm in love. It's funny, sad, but it's funny. But I think that's kind of what goes along with the COVID-19 quarantine thing right now is all of these people who think they know the law. It's illegal for you to tell me that I have to wear a mask. All those people, or these people that are writing through social media trying to get some kind of validation for who they are, what they are, and it's all because we're bored and we're lonely. That's the bottom line of it. And I'm sure when you guys get back to work, your customers are going to be like, oh, thank God, human contact. Hell, even some of you guys are probably going to be like that. But, it all comes down to that everybody's just really bored because they finished Netflix. Some of them probably finished Pornhub, and they're lonely. And, they've been sitting by themselves or with their family, just balled up in this house, and it's gotten on their nerves. But they don't want to take it out on their family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, and they end up taking it out on everybody else out in public. And so, don't let that happen to you guys, because I don't want to hear stories on social media that you got in an argument with somebody for some menial thing, and it went too far. As bartenders and servers, we've got to learn to diffuse arguments as fast as we can, because if the argument escalates too much, we lose customers. or people leave early, people forget to tip, don't tip, or you know, you can lose customers because you have one fight in your bar, then all of a sudden the customers think, well, this is a fighting bar and I don't need to be here, so I'm never coming back here again. And then you lose customers, but sometimes you get a little bit of arrogance like I did, and was like, so, well, I lost that customer, I'll get another one. But everybody's concerned about their rights right now, and bartenders and servers, please agree with me that you guys have rights also. And all these people are trying to, you've heard the phrase before, I'll have your job, or all you are is a bartender, all you are is a server. True, but you also have control whether or not that person can be served that night. You have control of what happens in your bar. Believe it or not, you even have control of the jukebox. If somebody plays that damn Katy Perry song 18 times too many in a row, you can delete all that stuff. Because I don't care who you are, what you're doing. If you're a bartender or a server working that night, the restaurant no longer belongs to the owner. The restaurant no longer belongs to the manager. It belongs to you. You're the one running it. And some restaurants, the manager sticks around all night long, yeah, or all day long, depending on which shift that you have. But you have to remember, it's your bar. If something should happen, some person leaves your bar, gets in a car accident and they had a high alcohol level on their blood system, or a fight starts, that's all on you. And the manager can fire you for that. You can get fined for that. So you got to remember, it's your bar. You control the situation. And when you get that in your head, start to feel like a badass, like I do. Because, I'm like, yeah, it's my bar. I said that one night a long time ago. There's this kid that came in from college, him and his 3 friends. And this kid's sitting at the bar, and he goes, I want to get in a fight tonight. And I looked up at him, and I said, not in my bar, you're not. And he goes, it's not your bar. And I said, it is when I run it. And he calmed down. I think he went to another bar and got into a fight there. But that's beyond the point. But, I took control of the situation. I put my fist down and said, that's not going to happen. And all you bartenders and servers out there, you have that right to do that. I mean, don't let a customer bring you down, sit there and insult you. I mean, you have the right to refuse service to anybody. That includes the person standing in front of you. That's what my friend Barb always used to say. She said, I have the right to refuse service to anybody. That includes you. Barb had some really great things to say like that. It's just, the customers just are a little bit out of control right now because people are bored and have been stuck in their house for too long. And they forgot how to act in public. I think that's a great way to put it. They don't know how to act in public anymore. And, all they've been doing is watching the news and all the tragedy and all the controversy that's happening on the news and all the tragedy and controversy that's happening on social media. They don't have anywhere to go to just sit back and relax. They don't have that safe haven, your bar, to go and sit back and say, okay, time to relax. That being said, let's play a little bit of music here, people. So this week's music that we are going to be featuring is Lara Hope and the Arctones, a single from their brand new album coming out next week, Songs in the Key of Quarantine. This is Lara Hope and the Arctones with Bad Time to Quit Drinking.
I picked a bad time to quit drinking. What the hell was I thinking? I picked a bad time to quit drinking, 'cause the world has been postponed. I picked a bad time to quit drinking. Miss the sound of bottles clanking. I fear my ship's already sinking, so I might as well get stoned. This old town has been shut down, and the streets are paved with fear. I haven't seen him so 4 days. 2020's been a messed up year. I picked a bad time to quit drinking. What the hell was I thinking? I picked a bad time to quit drinking. Cause the world has been postponed. I picked a bad time to quit drinking. Missed the sound of bottles clinking. I feel my ship's already sinking. And I'm stuck right here at home. Well, I ain't got a show to play, and you just got laid off. If only we could pay the bills with our free time and this cough. I picked a bad time to quit drinking. What the hell was I thinking? I picked a bad time to quit drinking, so I might as well get stoned. That has left and gone away. And now when I wake up with no hangover, no regrets, I'm ready for whatever comes my way. I picked the right time to quit drinking. Now I know what I was thinking. I picked the right time to quit drinking. Oh, the world is gone, man. I picked the right time to quit drinking. My waistline started shrinking. My attitude quit stinking. Being sober, it ain't so bad.
Once again, that was Lara Hope and the Arctones with Bad Time to Quit Drinking off their brand new album coming out next week, Songs in the Key of Quarantine. You can download Lara Hope and the Arctones on bandcamp.com, and you can also download everything else that they've done. They got some great stuff. So go check them out today. Anyway, people, it is last call for alcohol. Come up to the bar or you ain't getting shit. I don't have any servers. So, first of all, I'd like to thank Lara Hope and the Arctones for letting me know that they got a new album coming out. Go download it. It will be available next week, Songs in the Key of Quarantine. I'd also like to thank all my listeners. And I just found out just recently that I have listeners in the Netherlands. Isn't that cool? I didn't even realize that I was getting people all the way across the oceans and stuff like that. Hopefully none of you are using me to learn English because you're going to be all fucked up. Also, just remember to help support Hey Bartender Podcast by visiting www.heybartenderpodcast.com. I got shirts and swag on sale. If you use the promo code TheDude20 up until the end of July 2020, you can get 20% off your entire purchase order. If you want to contact me at all, you can email me, dude@heybartenderpodcast.com. I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram, heybartenderpodcast.com on both of those. If you want to be a part of the show or you want me to play some of your music and get you some exposure out there, just let me know. I would love to have you on the show or play your music because I'm a big fan of pretty much whatever is out there. Well, for the most part. I still haven't figured out reggae yet. I don't have anything against reggae. It's just, it doesn't speak to me. Also want to thank Spirits and Spice for letting me steal their drink that they posted on Instagram to the public. Go check out their profile right now because they got some really cool stuff on there. He probably, whoever runs Spirit and Spice, I haven't taken any time to get to know them at all. Go over there, check out their stuff. Tell them, Hey Bartender Podcast sent you. And remember, send some good energy out to the Cowgirls Barbecue in Santa Fe. Hopefully the COVID thing isn't going to affect them too hard. It's already affected them a lot by one employee getting sick. But just go over to their Instagram page, Cowgirls Santa Fe, and send them some good energy because I bet they could really use it right now. But until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I just have to wish you all lots of love, lots of sex, lots of happiness, and don't take any shit from anyone. Good night.
What do you mean it's last call?